recapping the movements exhibited at the elbow joint, which were the flexion, extension, pronation, and supination. All these movements are provided due to several muscles present here. Firstly, if we talk about the muscles of flexion, we have three muscles. We can remember it with a mnemonic like 3Bs. We can also call it beautiful baby bear. Mnemonic to remember these muscles would be beautiful baby bear or 3Bs. Number 1, biceps brachii. Number 2, brachialis. Number 3, brachioradialis. Remember that these are the muscles of flexion. The two chief flexors are the biceps brachii and the brachialis muscle. Bicep brachii is a large flexor of the elbow that passes anteriorly to the elbow joint. Then we have brachialis muscle, which is deep to the bicep brachii muscle and also passes in front of the elbow joint. And brachioradialis muscle is also a muscle of forearm, which assists the chief flexors in slower flexion in the presence of resistance. Again, remember the 3Bs? After flexion, we move on to extension, which means increasing the angle of these two bones. Straightening the arm from bending is called extension. Muscles of extension are triceps brachii and anconeus. Triceps brachii is the chief extensor muscle which is located at the back of the forearm. Now coming on to the anconeus muscle, where extension is weakly assisted by this little guy. In flexion, we have bicep brachii, and here in extension, we have the tricep brachii. Try not to jumble these two. These muscles of extension can be remembered by a mnemonic ANT, where AN is anconeus muscle and T is the tricep muscle. Movement is also afforded at the proximal radioulnar joint, which contributes to the elbow joint. These movements are called pronation and supination. The supination can be defined as the movement where the radius and ulna are present parallel to each other. In this position, the palm faces upward, as I told you before. Imagine if you're asking for soup. Supination and soup, that's how you can relate these two together. Now, coming to the muscles of supination. As the name suggests, the supinator muscle enables supination. Also involved is the bicep brachii muscle. If you recall, this muscle also helped in extension. Mnemonic for the supination muscle is sunburns. As the palm is facing towards the sun, which means supinator, and burns like bicep brachii. Now coming to the pronation. Here, the radius rotates over ulna and forms an X shape. So, our palm faces downward as if you are watering the plants. Pronation, plants. Now, which muscles are involved here? We have pronator teres muscle, pronator quadratus muscle, and assisting these muscles, we have the brachioradialis. Remember its primary function, which was elbow flexion. These muscles can be remembered in the form of a mnemonic. Pour tea, pour quickly before rest. Pour tea, which is pronator teres, pour quickly, which is pronator quadratus, and before rest, which is brachioradialis. So these were all the muscles of the elbow joint.